Another week, another new historical record for Eli Tomac. It feels like we have a video every week that starts with that exact script. But here we are now. Tomac, with his win over the weekend, Monster Energy AMA Supercross in Glendale, is now in sole possession of second on the all-time Supercross win list with 51 wins. Yes, second all-time. He's past Bob Hanna and Rick Johnson and Ryan Dungey and Ryan Villopoto and Chad Reed and Ricky Carmichael and James Stewart. That is incredible. It's amazing. It's wild. Second all-time in anything is impressive. This accomplishment, though, seems even greater when you consider the names he's had to pass to get there, and then even greater than that, considering how much Tomac appears to have left in the tank. He's not to the stage of his career where he's eking out a race win or two when the situation perfectly presents itself, but he's winning races straight out, more than anyone else this year, and he's back into sole possession of the series points lead. He's still in his prime. And here's another stat to throw your way. With his 5th victory in this region, Tomac is now the winningest rider ever in the greater Phoenix area as far as visits for Monster Energy Supercross. His first ever 450 career win came at Chase Field, the downtown Phoenix stadium used by the Arizona Diamondbacks, and he has several other victories here at State Farm Stadium in Glendale. Yep, 5 wins in the greater Phoenix area. That's the most of anyone all time. But maybe you've already heard some of these stats. What we're going to point out today is something that's just as impressive, and it's the stat that has led to a lot of these wins for Tomac as of late. And that is the fact that Tomac, for the majority of his career, not a great starter, has become arguably the best starter in the 450 class, and that especially pays off with the Triple Crown format that was run at Glendale on Saturday. And this run of starts, well, it started to a degree last year with his switch to Monster Energy Yamaha Star Racing, but was really accentuated by this unbelievable, maybe all-time level hole shot at Glendale.
Barsha, you see Plessinger there on the 7. Wow, jump! Eli Tomac. What a jump out of the gate, Ricky.
Yes, Tomac's starts definitely improved last season, but they've gone to another level this year. Because with 3 good starts at Glendale, he has now moved into the best position in the 450 field as far as average start. Stats compiled by our own Donnie Rotomoto Souther shows that he has moved ahead of Chase Sexton for the best average first lap position in 2023 in the 450 class. Including the Triple Crown starts, Tomac's average position early in the race is 3.5, just ahead of second-ranked Chase Sexton 3.6. And a whole position ahead of Cooper Webb, whose average first lap rank is 4.5. And that's a difference maker, because dating back to Webb's 2019 championship season, Tomac has, on balance, appeared to be a worse starter than Webb, but that has flipped this year. And in a championship that is so tight, that could make all the difference, especially in a Triple Crown format. And Tomac was the only 450 rider who could boast he had 3 good starts on the night. Webb started well in race 1, not in races 2 and 3. Sexton started badly in race 1, was better in races 2 and 3, but the bad start in race 1 prevented him from challenging Tomac for the overall. In so many situations this year, Tomac has used starts as an asset, as a strength, instead of something he has to overcome. There's an interesting strategy to it as well, as Tomac has been moving further and further to the outside off of the start with his gate positions recently. He opened some eyes at the Redbud National and then used it again at Motocross Donations at Redbud when he lined up to the outside of the starter's box in a tight right-hand corner that would normally favor riders on the inside. He used an outside-the-box gate last year at Glendale, although that was an odd one with the starter's box actually being part of the over-under bridge, and then was several positions even further outside of the box with his preferred gates at Glendale again this year in 2023, but it worked.
Yeah, it was pretty close to even the last race start at Seattle. It was obviously a very long straightaway and just with a big sweeping 180. So for me, that's worked well. And you know, I did think about last year here too. So kind of the same scenario there. And the ruts were really really bad outside of the gate. So to be honest, it was tough to pick a gate because they were so beat up outside of the gate there.
Yes, Eli Tomac, now ahead of the likes of James Stewart, Ricky Carmichael, Chad Reed, Ryan Villopoto, and Ryan Dungey in career Supercross wins, and also ahead of all of his competition when it comes to starts. Which stat is more impressive or more surprising? Hard to say. You might not be able to have one without the other.